Welcome on into Austin Field here at Chandler High School, and the Chandler faithful have waited a long time for this one as the Wolves kick off their home opener against Pinnacle, the Pinnacle Pioneers, on this Friday night. Thanks so much for tuning in to Sports 360 AZ. Joining the Sun Devil sources, Chris Cartman, I'm Jordan Ham. Both teams coming into this battle 1-1. And Chris, we've seen a little bit of each team so far this year, but we have seen a lot of points.
Like one of the best quarterback prospects that we've seen in the state in a really long time. Looking forward to seeing how he does in this game against the Chandler defense that was absolutely dismantled last week by Corona Centennial. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities here, and we'll see if Chandler can fix some of the issues that we saw last week.
Both teams have seen a little bit of adversity early. Chris, you mentioned the Centennial loss out in California. That's one of the top programs in the state of California. Chandler played them tough, but was not able to pull that one out. And then Pinnacle started the year with a loss against Brophy up north. That was without Spencer Rattler. I talked to Coach Dana Zubke, and he said that Rattler was pulled from that game because he had a dislocated ring finger. He said it was precautionary. He said if it was a playoff game, he would have played, but they didn't want to get that off to the wrong start.
Yeah, he worked a lot actually last week in the game. It seemed fine. Maybe he felt like that gave him some more grip on the football, given that he was coming back from the finger injury. But he seemed fine. That Chandler had 700 and some odd yards of offense last year, more than I think any team has had on Corona Centennial in a lot of years, but still wasn't able to win just because of their defensive failings.
We've talked a lot about Spencer Rattler, the Pinnacle quarterback. Now on the other side, Chandler, Jacob Conover. He's had a nice start to the year, over 700 yards passing through his first 2 games. And he extends a long line of solid Chandler options. You have going all the way back to Brett Hundley, Daryl Garrettson, now Bryce Perkins, and now Conover stepping in as a sophomore and has already proven that he is a young contributor on this Chandler offense. We are just about ready for kickoff. Chandler will be kicking the ball off. They are in their black tops and gray pants, and then Pinnacle going all white. They're going to be going from left to right, and they have chosen to receive. Looks like we're getting a bit of a reset right now with the Chandler kicker, as we're just about ready to get things going.
He's in the bag looking for something next to the kicking net. I don't know that I've seen this before. Maybe like a mouthpiece.
Yeah, must have been a mouthpiece. We'll see what Sean Aguano has to think about that. He always preaches preparation.
First, before the game even starts, refs giving you a hard time because you don't have your mouthpiece in.
Cash Peterman is kicking off here for Chandler, and we are almost underway as the now ball falls off of the tee.
This is an auspicious start here for Chandler. We'll have to see what happens. Gives the Chandler players another opportunity to give each other gaps immediately before the kickoff. They seem like they're kind of fired up.
Both of these teams, as I mentioned, entering the game 1-1. Big time game here in the now 6A.
You haven't seen Chandler start out 1-2 since I don't know when.
And the kick will be fielded by Pinnacle at about the 4. He makes his way far side up to the 10, makes a cut, and has a little bit of space, jukes, and is tackled at the 23-yard line. So that's where Spencer Rattler and this Pinnacle offense will take over.
Run lane integrity wasn't great there for Chandler coming down. They got a nice stop after shifting through the crease.
Rattler at the quarterback position. One player of note, Hunter Griggs, the running back. He had a great game against Basha. And Dana Zubke said he's really the workhorse. They're trying to not overwork him too early, but he's been a great player as he gets the handoff wrapped up almost immediately, but able to drag a couple of Chandler Wolves with him as he gets past the 25-yard line.
What we saw against Pinnacle was very wide splits from their offense, and Chandler was trying to play their defensive tackle two techniques, and dive was working really for the first half of that game really well. And so we'll see if Pinnacle tries to run the ball.
Man in motion. Rattler will drop back, looks left, and he gets walloped by the Chandler defense.
Phenomenal bull rush there.
Flag on the play.
Looked like that was Sam Pepper, number 9, Jared. He just absolutely bowled over the left tackle, pushed him right back, and then grabbed the quarterback, but it's all for naught.
Yeah, 15-yard penalty there on the Wolves. Pepper, one of the more involved players here on this Chandler defense in this early 2016 season. He's a player to watch. And then also up in the middle, Chris Manoa. He's a junior, 6 foot, 300 pounds. He was a sophomore contributor last year. Learned a lot from KT Tellini. As Rattler will go bubble screen. Receiver gets up to the 30 and thrown out at the 35-yard line.
Looked like Michael Kelly really closed that down. The linebacker on that side, he broke down before the tackle and was able to make it pretty effectively. You mentioned Manoa, and he was a guy I loved last year. Jordan, a nose guard, physical, pressing the pocket. He really can manage that A-gap.
2nd down and 8 from the 35-yard line. Rattler has trips to his left, single receiver to his right. Griggs joining him in the backfield. Rattler will try to scramble, get out of it. Some heavy pressure from Chandler, and he's tripped up. Might pick up 1 or 2 yards on that one. That was Zach Bowers, sophomore linebacker, 6 foot, 203 pounds.
Right after we talked about Manoa, he just about got Spencer Rattler down. He got him in his grasp, and Rattler was able to step out of it.
We've seen so many big playmakers from Chandler over the last few years, but a guy that big and that central in the defense doesn't come around all that often. So it's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 from the 36. Rattler in the shotgun. He drops back and is pressured. He tries to step up. He'll scramble, has a little bit of room, but slips at the 40-yard line. That's going to be short of the 1st down.
That was good coverage that enabled that. They were in a cover 3. Spencer Rattler didn't see anybody throw a 2-second scramble to get there.
He was slipped up, but Parker Henley was waiting for him. So it's going to be 4th down and 4. And the Pinnacle punt unit out now. Off snap, but they get the kick off. And that's going to hang up right at around the 30-yard line before it's downed at the 31. No return on that one. So Chandler will take over from the 39-yard line. 9:19 left in the 1st quarter.
Probably too close for comfort there for Pinnacle on the punt. It was maybe a foot or more away from being blocked after the bad snap.
Now this is the first we'll see of the Chandler offense. TJ Green in the backfield.
Big news here is we probably won't see Ryan Johnson for Chandler. He wasn't dressed right before the game.
Correct, yeah, we did not see him as Johnny Johnson gets the fly sweep, but eaten up right away by Pinnacle, tackled in the backfield. And that's a play we've seen quite a bit from Chandler. You have players like Colby Taylor, Chase Lucas over the past couple of years that have been able to make the field pretty wide and really spread the defense out.
Yeah, that was a fly sweep on the slot, and they weren't able to win the edge up into the boundary, which is kind of
Conover, play action fake, goes far side, bubble screen, and that is eaten up again. Multiple Pioneers in on the tackle there.
Here was a misassignment there from a blocking standpoint. You had the receiver run a route instead of block. And 3 Pinnacle defenders just swarmed the ball. You don't have a chance there.
So 3rd and very long, 3rd and 13, just under 8.5 minutes left in the 1st quarter. Conover in the shotgun, and he'll air it up the middle, and that's caught for a 1st down. That was Gunnar Romney, the junior, 6'2", that was able to go over the middle, make that contested grab.
I liked what I saw there from Conover. He climbed the pocket nicely. It folded around him, and he stepped right in the throw and delivered the ball on time, accurate.
Conover with 4 receivers. Bubble screen to Johnson. Johnson makes a cut inside up to the 45. Spins up, still chugging along to the 43-yard line before he's taken down. That's going to set up a 2nd and short for the Wolves.
A little bit of a wiggle there by Johnson as a 6'1", 190-pound athlete. That was a good short area acceleration, and he dropped the shoulder for the first down.
3 receivers to Conover's right, 1 to his left. And they will hand off to Green. Green makes a cutback, pick up the first down, but that's about it as he makes his way to the Pinnacle 39 before getting taken down.
Playing a pretty good tempo here, Chandler. There are a lot of different formations we've seen early, Jordan, and yet they're operating very efficiently.
3 receivers to Conover's right. And he'll play action, throw it to a screen. That was Romney again, but he gets eaten up right away.
Johnny Johnson wasn't able to get to his block there, which contributed to that bubble screen not working. We've seen them go to bubble screens, like 3 or 4 times already.
Yeah, early and often. Noah Jewell was the one for Pinnacle that was able to blow that play up. 2nd down and 10. We are at the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. Conover gets his signals. He's relaying it over to his receivers. Play action fake goes far side. Romney again. That is, he makes his way up to the 36-yard line.
There again, similar concept. Get the ball out of the perimeter space and try to let the blockers create an opportunity for you to get past that first line defense, but it hasn't happened to this point.
3rd down and 6 for the Chandler Wolves on their opening drive, and they'll throw it out to Green. He's not able to handle it, incomplete. So now it's decision time for Sean Aguano. 4th and 6 from the 36.
That one was set up well, just off the fingertips. Otherwise, that could have easily gone for a Chamberlain first down.
So Chandler will go for it in 4-down territory. Looks like they're going to reset. One thing Dana Zupke said about this Chandler offense is there's so many weapons, and really you can't stop anything. You just have to slow them down, and if you can take away one aspect, that might be enough. Conover gets the snap, throws into a contested area, incomplete, so that's going to be a turnover on downs. Nice stand by the Pinnacle Pioneers.
Looked like quarters coverage from Pinnacle. There wasn't much of an opportunity to fit the ball in there. I thought it was a good defensive play on 4th and medium.
So now Pinnacle will take over on their own 36-yard line. 6:19 left in the first quarter. Rattler has 2 in the backfield with him. He'll hand off to Griggs. Griggs, not much there. Chandler's defensive line doing a nice job closing up holes early.
Good linebacker Phil there. Looked like it was Parker Henley on the stop, and they
Rattler in the shotgun again. He has 2 men in his backfield, man in motion. Play action. He'll roll to his right, seeing a lot of pressure, and he has a receiver up the middle, and he has a little bit of space. He'll make it up to the Chandler 44-yard line before getting taken down.
Dalton Cash, big tight end over the middle. They pulled out there to give some opportunity for Rattler to have time to throw the ball over the middle, and it wasn't well defended there by Chandler in the secondary. No safety has to close that down.
6'4", 232-pound Dalton Cash. Zupke said he's pretty critical in the blocking game, but there you saw his pass-catching ability as well. As Rattler takes it, hands off, running back going far side, picks up about 4 yards before getting knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, you saw on that play just Pinnacle get blown off the football by Manoa, but Pinnacle fortunately ran the ball outside on that play by design and
2nd down and 9. Rattler gets the snap, play action. He'll roll to his right, airs it out, airmails his receiver.
That was a sign of a young quarterback there. He was caught between getting his feet set and trying to deliver the ball on time. Got to make sure that you have a good platform to operate from, and that's when you don't do that. That's when you have a sound ball.
And one storyline to this game, Spencer Rattler started as a freshman. His first game was against the Chandler Wolves. Had 132 passing yards, 3 interceptions in that opener. As he steps back, was able to find his tight end again. He makes his way up to the 32 before he gets knocked out.
Big play there. I mean, third and long. Rattler steps into the throw, gets it on time and accurate. Good pitch and catch.
And back to that first start for Rattler. You could see there was a pretty good ball player there. He took a lot of hits, but really stuck with it. A tough game for them, but Coach Zupke said in the 11 or so starts he's had since then, he's really grown up and become one of the top quarterbacks in the state. As he hands off to Griggs. Griggs goes far side, makes it up to the far hash before he's knocked out.
Looked better than it actually resulted in for Pinnacle. Possibly a little sweep to the outside for about 3 yards. Not a bad result. I'll tell you what though, this Dalton Cash has gotten off to a pretty good start. Big body kid who can get out and run a little bit.
Seems like a tough matchup for really any safeties out there. As handoff play to Griggs. Griggs makes his way up to the 16-yard line. Drags a couple Wolves with him. Probably his best run of the night so far.
Well blocked. And that is Pinnacle inside of the red zone now.
A lot of experience in this Pinnacle backfield. You have a Rattler, second-year starter as a sophomore, as well as Griggs. Saw a lot of time last year, now the premier back. And Griggs will get it again. Pulls his way up for a short gain, if anything.
Yeah, this is sweep left, sweep right, running into the wide side of the field. And let's see if Chandler can stop him. That's really what they're doing.
3:38 and counting in the first quarter. Pinnacle really milking this drive. As Rattler will set up 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Some movement up at the line. There's Laundry on the field.
All the Pinnacle players pointing at Chandler, but not so sure. They were right.
So 5-yard penalty here for Pinnacle. Now 12 yards out from the end zone. 2nd down and 4 now for the Pioneers. Rattler, play action, gets eaten up right away. Taken down by a couple of Wolves.
Looked like Sam Pepper again was in there, Jordan. Just kind of pushed his way up the field, and Rattler came right to him, and then he finished him.
Pepper and Michael Kelly were the ones that were able to contain the quarterback there. So now a 3rd and 13 situation.
That's a big play at a time of need because it puts Pinnacle into that in-between place on the field now.
Last time it was 3rd and long. Rattler was able to convert to Dalton Cash. We'll see if he goes his way again. Rattler drops back, goes far side, jump ball. That might have been Cash's again, but good pass breakup.
4-man pressure. Derek Williams was defending over the middle against a much bigger target, and he had him and just kind of got the ball knocked away right as it arrived.
Chandler with a very experienced secondary, Derek Williams, as well as Amani Lee. He's been a contributor the past couple of years. And now the field goal unit will come out for Pinnacle.
This would be about a 39-yarder.
Kick is up. Flag is on the field. And that's good.
That was a beautiful kick. That would have been good from about 50 yards.
Penalty was on Chandler, so that will break open the scoring. Pinnacle with the field goal. They lead now 3-0 over Chandler. 1:59 left in the first quarter.
I thought we might see a lot of fireworks in this game, just given what we saw from these two teams a week ago, Jordan, and really it's been more sustained drives and chain moving and trying to eke out some points on the board in this first quarter.
Pinnacle's done a really nice job defensively, letting the receptions happen for Chandler, but limiting the big plays, and that's one thing Coach Zupke stressed to me before this broadcast, and he actually said when they played Brophy week 1, it was kind of a bit of a shock to them to see so many different formations and that sort of thing, and they were able to really grow from that and see the progress against Basha. And he said despite them being on national TV on ESPN, that they were a little bit more calm than they were against week 1 against Brophy.
It's hard. That first week you get a lot of things that are happening on the fly that you've practiced but not necessarily at game speed, and it takes a while to adjust to that.
So Pinnacle's about to kick this one off. Chandler has 3 returners back. TJ Green in the middle of that group. Short kick. That will be fielded by Green at about the 7-yard line. He makes his way up to the middle of the field, finds a little bit of space, but continues to get hit, makes his way up to the 29-yard line.
Pretty good job of getting some yards after contact there. It was good kickoff coverage. It wasn't the deepest kick, but it had some hang time, and they did a good job of covering it. Pinnacle did.
We'll see the amount of work that Green gets with Ryan Johnson not dressing out in this game.
It's been interesting seeing Pinnacle's defense. They run a odd front, 3-man defense. It's more of a conservative type of a style approach. I think they want to try to jam up that run and make Spencer Rattler fit the ball through zones. And make Chandler's quarterback fit the ball through zones.
Conover in the backfield, play action. He'll scramble around, dump it off to one of his receivers, and make something out of nothing. And there's a little bit of space before he's wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Gunnar Romney with just a little bit of a shovel pass, dump off from Conover, really improvising right there.
That's what I was going to say. That was a lot of improvisation. That's not something that probably the coaching staff has ever asked him to practice.
And Conover is going under center now. First time this game that's happened. And he'll give it to Maxwell. Maxwell gets hit instantly, almost broke out of it, but gets eaten up at the 38-yard line.
That was a heavy personnel set for Chandler. They ran power coming to the left. A lot of bodies, including a lead blocker, but yet it didn't really go anywhere because Pinnacle did a nice job of gap fitting it up.
That was Damian Maxwell. A little bit more Micah Reed Campos than Chase Lucas from past years. A bit more of a power back.
I agree with that.
Conover under center again. He'll hand it off, find a little bit of space up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah,
That was DeCarlos Brooks, sophomore, 5'10", 185.
little halfback dive to move the chains. Again, Chandler's been quick, especially after first downs.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. Conover in the shotgun. He'll step up in the pocket, avoid a couple tacklers, and he'll tuck and run. make his way up to the 50, about the 48 before he steps out right in front of Bennett Lieb.
Impressive presence there by Conover. He just saw there was nothing open, sidestepped one defender, avoided another, and made a pretty good play out of it.
Conover now in the shotgun, trips to his right, has Green in the backfield with him. He'll step back, and he'll step up again, tuck and run again, makes it up to the 42-yard line before he's taken down. And
Nice
Conover,
ball.
from what we've seen early this year, he's not a run-by-design player quite like Bryce Perkins or Mason Moran, but it seems like he's able to improvise pretty well, extend plays, and pick up chunks of yards at one time.
And again, moving really quickly, first down.
Conover, play action fake, gets it up to Romney, and he's got a little bit of space. He breaks a tackle, makes it up to the 20-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So
Really
Chandler getting a little bit of momentum here, showing different looks, and that's one of the things Sean Aguano wanted to do, was show the offense's versatility, make Dana Zupke see a lot of different looks here early in the game. But right now, Pinnacle leads 3-0 after the first quarter.
Conover, that was a quick action, got the ball, delivered with some pace on it, on that slant. Their operating times really quickly. They're not letting Pinnacle get set after first downs, and this is the most in rhythm that we've seen from the Chandler offense to this point.
And Spencer Rattler's been a name we've known from very early in his career. Chris, what have you seen out of him recently, whether it be tonight or earlier this season, in terms of the progression he's kind of made in that his first year as a quarterback?
He has unnatural poise combined with plus athleticism and a good, accurate arm who throws a clean football. And that's really hard to do, especially on the poise and maturity fronts, because for anybody, it should be a challenge when you're going up against guys who are 2-3 years older than you, and especially at that quarterback position where there's so much that you have to be responsible for. And I've just been really impressed. He's mature beyond his years on the field. And we're seeing a lot of poise from Conover as well here, another sophomore. I like the way that he's finding a way to gain positive yards even when things aren't there for him by design.
Especially without one of their main weapons, Ryan Johnson, the transfer from Michigan, has had a big impact early in his first two games. Right now, he's on the sideline. TJ Green in the backfield with Conover. They're 22 yards out. Another quick pass to Romney. Romney continues to drag players with him. Makes it up to about the 15 before he's taken down. Bennett Lieb with the tackle there. Or the hold-up, I guess. And we saw Chandler really pick up the tempo at the end of the first quarter. Now slowing things down a little bit, taking their time. From the 16-yard line, second down and 4. Conover moving his running back. He'll hand off to Green. Green finds a little bit of space, makes his way up to the 11-yard line before getting taken down.
Almost like a buck sweep type play. They kicked out two of their offensive linemen ahead of the ball carrier, and now they have a third and medium situation.
Third down and 2 from the 12-yard line.
Pardon me, third short.
They'll go Green again. He gets the first down and more. Makes his way up to the 5-yard line before a tackler comes from behind, able to take him down.
Pinnacle's defense starting to look a little bit tired right now, especially with the pace that Chandler's been operating at.
Handoff here to Green again. Tackled right at the goal line, and they're going to mark him short. Green really finding a good rhythm. An Oregon State commit. And you'll hear that a lot about the Chandler Wolves. You have Mason Moran, Hamilcar Rashed already up there now from this class. TJ Green, Colby Taylor as well. As Green gets it again, and he finishes the job for the touchdown. Chandler takes the lead 6-3 here, 10:16 left in the second quarter.
Really good drive. I think they just imposed themselves physically on the Pinnacle defense there, and that's something that they probably will be able to do until we see some changes structurally with what Pinnacle's bringing up front. This Chandler offensive line, Jordy, is very imposing, bigger body kids, one of the bigger offensive lines that we've seen, and they actually move relatively well at that size.
And the extra point is good, so that extends the lead 7-3 over Pinnacle. 10:16 left. And you mentioned that offensive line led by Harold Colbert. Big physical offensive lineman.
And that drive didn't even really take all that long, despite there not being any one huge chunk play.
Yes, on that drive, some good improvisation by Conover. A couple nice runs by TJ Green. A couple nice receptions by Romney. And now that Chandler finds themselves with the lead.
Chandler offensive coaches on the sideline here are telling their team, hey, we need to keep playing fast. They're not going to be able to stop us from doing that. I don't know about you, I'm not a big fan of the white numbers on white jerseys.
Yeah, it's making our lives a little bit harder. Low kick there. And he catches it in stride, takes it up to the 25-yard line. Yeah, it's saying something when the blue on black numbers are the easier ones to see here.
Right.
So Rattler and Co. takes over at the 25-yard line. Rattler gets the handoff, hands off to Griggs. He's eaten up in the backfield right away. Quite a few Wolves that got in there.
I'm interested to see what they can get from Ben Thomas here, the left tackle for Pinnacle. He's got some scholarship offers and a building recruitment, but he hasn't dominated at the outset of this game against a Chandler front that is pretty talented in its own right.
Ben Thomas and Ben Fox. Coach Zupke really highlighted him to me. Said he would be a starter as a sophomore last year if he didn't end up breaking his leg, but as a guy to watch. As Rattler takes the snap, high throw, but nice catch by the receiver. Gets upended there. Zach Hull.
Nice play. And remember we talked about in that first quarter on a similar type play where Rattler didn't get his feet set and the ball was delivered high. On that play, he did a much better job getting settled, getting his platform right, and he put that ball right on the numbers.
Rattler in the shotgun, 9:15 left. He'll drop back. Roll to his right, getting some pressure. Flag on the play. Makes a completion.
Pardon me, I think that's going to come back, Jordan. Yeah, we got a hold.
Looks like Pinnacle is making their way back. So now we'll see what this Pinnacle offense can do in a couple long situations. Rattler and really the offense as a whole hasn't really gone for the home run ball or the big play, just trying to pick up yards chunks at a time.
They've had some success moving the pocket, so I'll look to see if they take another opportunity to try to do that, given that it's a 1st and 21 situation here.
Pinnacle offense from their own 31. Rattler will air it out now. Jump ball situation, and Pinnacle able to come down with it. there's that big throw.
So
And Rattler showing off the arm.
deep fade to the field side. Number 7,
Parker Red.
Parker Red. 6'1" kid. Looked like he was going up against a much smaller DB there. Had him got outsized by quite a bit, and the ball was really accurately delivered by Rattler.
Red, Pinnacle's JV quarterback last year, sometimes subs in for Rattler when he needs a break. Handoff now to Riggs.
Got some extracurricular activity here.
Yep, and the refs are responding. We'll see how this shakes out.
They can call this as offsetting, and if not, it'll probably be against Chandler's outside linebacker there. Pardon me, Chandler defensive back Edwin Adams. Or was that Sam Pepper? Might have been Sam Pepper, actually. Guy that we've mentioned a couple times so far
Yeah,
for some good plays, and here he was on a mistake that cost his team 15 yards. You can't do that. He got immediately called to the sideline by his coaches.
So Pinnacle has a big completion, and then on the next play able to pick up a couple more yards thanks to a Chandler penalty.
Just like that, Pinnacle's inside the red zone.
Rattler gets a snap, rolls to his left, tip ball, but Chandler not able to come down with it.
Really explosive pass rush on the pressure that Chandler dialed up there. I think it was Michael Kelly, the outside linebacker. He got up the field in a hurry. Pinnacle was in an offset backfield. They had both of those guys protecting on either side of Rattler, but it still sort of broke up the rhythm of that play.
Parker Henley also right in there. So Chandler able to wreak some havoc in the backfield.
Looks like they're coming again here on an overload.
Man in motion for Pinnacle. Rattler will drop back. Jump ball. A nice defensive play there. That was Bryce Jackson.
Yeah, and that was Dalton Cash they were targeting. It was a one-on-one situation. Chandler brought, I think, 6-man pressure. There was a lot of hand fighting going on as the ball was thrown into that front corner of the end zone. I think that was a good no call, a physical play by both guys, and an incomplete pass.
And one thing you also mentioned earlier, Spencer Rattler very poised, stayed with that throw despite the pressure coming.
Yeah, he's a comfortable guy in the pocket.
3rd down and 10 from the 16. Pressure coming again. Rattler's going to roll to his right. Throw on the run. Completed inside the 10. Looks like that will be enough. Or it's real close. Okay, it will be 4th and short.
That again was Parker Red on the reception, I believe. They brought a double A gap blitz there, Jordan, and as John Gruden likes to say, and the ball got moved out there by Rattler, and he bought enough time to find his receiver.
4th down and 1. Rattler trying to get Chandler to bite. They do not, so Pinnacle will call a timeout. 7:24 left in the second quarter. Chandler leading 7-3, but Pinnacle is driving at the Chandler 7-yard line.
Been some impressive individual plays here. Not just Spencer Rattler, but Parker Red's had a couple nice big catches. We've seen Dalton Cash, listed at 6'4", 232, make a lot of plays. Some really good skill on display here with both of these teams.
Yeah, you look at Red. As I said, the backup quarterback was the JV quarterback last year for Pinnacle. And then Hunter Griggs also. Both of those guys are juniors. Rattler a sophomore, so plenty of the skill position guys going to be around for a few years.
I like Griggs as a safety. I think he's got a future at the next level, just as an only junior, but good-sized kid at 6'2", about 200 pounds or so.
So it will be 4th down and 1 coming out of the timeout. Pinnacle setting up. High snap. And that run is short, so Chandler defense coming up big. Able to stop the Pinnacle rusher.
High snap. I don't know if that was a quarterback run by design, or it messed up the rhythm of the play, and Rattler felt like he had to run. They were in 11 personnel with the lone tight end in line, and it just, right from the snap, it just looked like there was no rhythm on that play. Bad timing for that.
So now Chandler takes over deep in their own territory, their own 7-yard line. Conover setting up. Looks like he will go under center. Nice run there.
Pretty good block by the Chandler center. Manhandled there as the run went right through that A-gap.
That was Damian Maxwell, so that provides a second and short now. They'll give it to Maxwell again, and he gets tripped up but able to make his way and grab the first down. So a couple nice runs there by Maxwell.
That looked like Caleb Medina, their offensive guard, I believe, had a nice block.
DeCarlos Brooks now in the backfield. Conover going under center again. Play action fake, and he's looking for the home run. And he's able to make the catch there. That was Gunnar Romney. Caught it in stride, gets dragged down at the 28-yard line.
Really impressive play there. Just as a quarterback, to see him drop back and be able to put that ball on the money in a one-on-one situation, right read, right good throw.
Brooks in the backfield, play action fake again. Able to hit Johnny Johnson. Johnson's got a seam up the sideline. He's tightrope walking into the end zone. Touchdown Chandler. And they go up 13-3 now. 6:17 left. And actually looks like he did step out.
I thought the players thought they had it too. Jarrett Caldwell had a really nice block, and also another block. I think it was Romney. Both right out in front.
Gunnar Romney making his presence known early.
And that's the whole key there. Jordan, when you have, they were trying to go to those bubbles throughout the first quarter, and they weren't having a lot of success, and the reason was because they didn't get the blocks out in front that were effective, and as soon as they did, you had a run lane for Johnson, and maybe he stepped out, but that's still one of their best offensive plays of the first half. And I think blocking in general is a very underappreciated thing for wide receivers. They executed effectively there. Of course, we saw that tremendous throw by Conover. Can't say enough about how impressed I've been by Conover. Everybody knows about Spencer Rattler, but Conover is holding his own. Both sophomores, these guys are going to be talked about a lot through the rest of their prep days.
Yeah, Conover, you've seen do just a little bit of everything. We've seen the big arm. We've seen him have to improvise quite a few times to get out of some plays. We've seen him essentially chest pass a ball to a receiver and what turned out, what would have been a 4-yard loss into about a 6-yard gain.
He's doing some point guard stuff out there on the gridiron.
So Chandler 5 yards out from extending this lead. Conover in the shotgun. He gives it to Green. Green makes some shifty moves before getting taken down. About a 3-yard pickup.
I thought that was very clearly going to be a sweep to the left. Pinnacle might have read that, just the way the formation's set up against the goal line.
And Chris, you mentioned the wide receiver blocking. We've seen what Chandler can do when they have those big bodies on the outside, a Justin Jan or a N'Keal Harry over the years, just how much space they can create for those faster, smaller players.
Comes a run right, I think. There
And
it is.
Green gets the ball again and chugs his way into the end zone, but there is a flag on the field.
He just walked in, and we'll see if that's because he was aided by something impermissible.
5:34 left in the second quarter. Chandler already leading 7-3 deep into the Pinnacle territory. It's a false start call.
I didn't see that, but Chandler had 6 men at the point of attack right there where they ran the football. They just had a numbers advantage and pounded it in. And a carelessness by one of their players to get a start just a split second before the ball was snapped.
Second down and goal from the 7. Conover getting his signals and relaying it over to his offensive line. He has 3 receivers to his left. Green in the backfield and Johnson just out to the right. And looks like they're going to go jump ball, and Romney's wide open, but just overthrown.
That was a corner route from the slot. It's a hard thing to defend, especially when you're in man coverage, because there's so much space on that angle and you end up in trail position. But that was a rare, inaccurate throw by Conover.
Yeah, really the first potential blemish on what we've seen from him tonight. Now third down and goal from the 7. This could be a huge play here for the Pinnacle defense, keeping it to 1 score potentially.
Might see a bubble pass to the left. Yep.
And you do get that bubble pass. Johnny Johnson, Chris, sniffed that one out, as did the Pinnacle defense. Johnson taken down. Very short gain.
What happened there was Pinnacle sort of sensed it, and they got to where they needed to be on the field before the block could get there, and that's what prevented that from working out. A few of the play calls were relatively predictable, I would say, inside the 10-yard line for Chandler there, just based upon the formation and where they were at in relation to the goal line.
So that false start call shows to be pretty crucial here. Peterman lining up for the field goal. Snap is down. And field goal is up and good, but you could still chalk that up as a victory for the Pinnacle defense as they keep it a 1-score game. 4:34 left in the second quarter.
It's got to be frustrating for Chandler. You have that nice play. It was maybe a foot away from being a touchdown. Then you have a penalty that kills yourself when you run the ball in quite easily, and you only end up with 3 points on the board. It's still a one-score game as a result.
So we'll see what this Pinnacle offense can do. About 4.5 minutes left. Peterman is getting set up for his kick right now. So far it's been a Peterman field goal and a TJ Green touchdown. And then on Pinnacle side, they've tacked on a field goal as well to make this 10-3. And that is going to be a touchback here for Pinnacle. Noah Witso on the return.
I like what I've seen from TJ Green so far. He's a very fluid type of an athlete. He's the type of guy that you can throw the ball to out of the backfield. You can move him into the slot. He's elusive, I think. He's going to make somebody miss at the second level. Doesn't have great speed, but he has really good quickness and pretty decent speed.
Rattler's getting set up now, has 4 receivers out there with him. And he'll drop back, and he gets eaten up, but able to have the presence of mind to throw it away. Short hops his receiver, but is able to avoid the sack.
I'll tell you what, Jordan, Sam Pepper, he came to play today. And that's just a physical play against Ben Thomas, who's got him outweighed by about 75 pounds, and he just bowled him right back. And Rattler had to do some quick thinking there to prevent that from being a sack and a loss. Really impressed by Sam Pepper and the way that he's playing out there.
Entering today, Sam Pepper, 21 tackles in his first 2 games. It's Rattler in the shotgun. He's going to loft this one. Seemed to be a miscommunication there. Was looking for Bennett Lieb.
Again,
he went in, throw went out.
I don't know if maybe the ball came out a little bit too quickly there by Rattler. It seemed like the timing of it was off. And Pepper, again, just dropped his leverage and put it right into Thomas and just knocked him back. He's winning that matchup quite handily against the guy who is expected to be one of the better offensive linemen in the state.
3rd down and 10 for Pinnacle on their own 20-yard line. 4:23 left. And there's a false start. That was the slot receiver, Lieb. Got going just a little bit too early, so they'll make this 3rd and long, 3rd and longer.
2 bad things happened there for Pinnacle. They had a false start and they had a snap that was in the ground that Rattler fielded nicely. Of course, it doesn't matter because the play was dead.
So Pinnacle facing a 3rd and very long at their own 15-yard line. 4 receivers out there for Rattler. Gets a snap. Rolling to his right. Creates some space, and he's going to tuck and run. Breaks the tackle. Makes his way up. He has a 1st down and more. Gets pushed out of bounds close to midfield. They'll say he went out at the 43-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that's quite an athletic play by Spencer Rattler. When you see it on TV, it's one thing. You see it in person, very spry. Pinnacle, not only did they have the 2x2, but then they sent their running back into a route. So they had 5 guys running down the field, and because Chandler was spread thin trying to cover that, it gave Rattler the run opportunity.
23-yard pickup there for Rattler. They needed 15. He got 23. And he's now directing his offense. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He'll drop back. Has a man in the middle. That's Nick Spohn. And he gets taken down at the 35-yard line. Plenty of space in the middle of the field there for Rattler to make that completion.
I like the route combinations there. Kind of almost like a snag concept with a triangle, but without crossing those guys up in the routes. You had multiple guys open, and Rattler found probably the best target.
So what seemed to be a low percentage that this drive was going to continue. A couple of nice plays with the legs and arm of Spencer Rattler.
I'm going to keep going in here.
And he has a receiver along the sideline. Nice catch, but gets taken out right away inside the 30-yard line.
Don't take that every time, though, on 1st down, Jordan. Nice throw by Rattler all the way across to the wide side of the field. It was about a 7 or 8 yard gain on 1st down.
Noah Witso, senior receiver, 6'1", 170, able to hang on to that pass. 2nd down and short for Pinnacle. 3:46 left in this first half.
They're huddling, but they're still operating quickly.
Play action fake. Rattler able to connect with his receiver. Gets taken down at the 22-yard line. That's Lieb again. We've seen him connect with him quite a few times.
Good leverage route, just out. And the ball was perfectly located. And it was just a really nice throw by Rattler.
Pinnacle continues to chip away at this field so far. And what a difference this game is from a year ago. Chandler put up 28 in the first quarter. Now 10-3 here with just under 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Lieb in motion. Rattler faces some pressure, but he's able to redirect his receiver, not able to connect with him.
That was very savvy by Rattler, and he nearly got that to work out. Gets the receiver coming off of his design route to work back to the football. Looked like he had some yards to gain by running, but instead probably made the right decision, and it was just slightly inaccurately thrown.
And you could see him directing that receiver. You could almost see it happening before he even let go of the ball. Man in motion. That's Noah Witzo. Rattler airs it out on the inside. Hits his receiver. He's taken down at the 1 yard line.
Like maybe the 1 inch line.
Yeah, that was real close.
Phenomenal throw. Wow. I mean, Jordan, that was a timing route. He threw the ball before the receiver even had come out of his break and gotten his head around. And he couldn't have not caught it because it stuck right to his chest.
Right. That was Hayden Hatton.
And that wasn't even poorly defended.
No, that he was able to thread that needle as he'll hand off to Griggs. Griggs gets stuffed right away. I see Manoa right in the middle of that with a couple other Wolves as well.
They brought their linebackers just straight downhill there into the A-gap.
And Chandler's going to take a timeout here. 2:37 left in the first half. 10-3, the Wolves lead, but we've seen a very impressive drive from Pinnacle, hoping to cap that off.
I think that was Parker Henley again, the guy that we've mentioned a couple times so far, Jordan. He just was shot out of the cannon knowing that they were going to probably run the ball inside on that first and goal at the 1.
Team's leading tackler with 26 tackles through his first game, or first 2 games, I should say.
Well, linebacking play is really about situational awareness, understanding what the formation is, what the play tendencies are out of those formations, and then seeing it in a quick split second at the snap and knowing what you have to do. It's quick reaction by being a great student of the game.
Pinnacle with 2 timeouts left. Chandler with 1. 2:37 left in the first half. 10-3, the Wolves lead. Pinnacle, though, knocking on the door within the 1 yard line. Couple of players in the backfield here with Rattler. Rattler will keep it, read option, and he's able to dance his way in for the touchdown, and the presence of mind that he had to evade those tacklers and get into the end zone yet again.
You can't do much about that. That Chandler had 8, 9 guys in the box. They had a contained responsibility that they did a good job forcing him back inside, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. And Rattler was just too quick. He was able to just evade those 2 defenders and cut back inside for the touchdown. He had a tremendous drive there.
So this extra point could tie it. And it is good. So we have a tie ball game here. 2:33 left, thanks to the Spencer Rattler run. And again, all his talents were on full display there on that last drive, able to convert on a 3rd and long and evade some tacklers with a nice couple of runs and find plenty of different receivers.
These are some fun quarterbacks to watch.
Yeah.
For sophomores, you're not going to almost ever see 2 sophomores going at it like this and be this poised on the field. They just play beyond their years.
Yeah, Jacob Conover, as we said, it's got to be tough as a Chandler quarterback coming in, just knowing the history there and the great talent that's been there. But he's really shown early on this season what he can do. And then Spencer Rattler in the same regard, coming in and replacing Brian Lewerke, who's over at Michigan State now, and one of the better quarterbacks this state has seen in quite a few years. And really, they've lived up to it and probably surpassed it early on.
Well, considering that they're both sophomores, you would have to say that they are definitely on the trajectory that they want to be on.
3 returners for Chandler. That will be fielded right at the 2. That's TJ Green. And he gets taken down at about first contact, 24-yard line.
You know, that was actually well blocked by Chandler, but TJ Green didn't explode up into that hole the way that he needed to. You have to hit that crease at full speed. He chopped his feet down a little bit, and that's what enabled a couple of the Pinnacle defenders to get to him.
So Jacob Conover has 2:28 left to work with in this first half.
Chandler's got to be a little bit frustrated. Probably should have a lead right now on that last drive we talked about, but weren't able to get that touchdown.
Conover in the shotgun has 2 receivers to his right. He looked Romney's way right away, but there was pressure. He's able to slip out of it and pick up a couple of yards, though.
Look at this guy, Conover. He's just, hey, my receiver's not open. I'm just going to step up and get about 5 yards. No problem.
Hurry up again, Conover. Going to the right side. That's Romney. He's hit instantly. And that's going to be close to a first down.
They're going to move the chains here, I think. Jordan.
And that looked like that might have been a bit of a generous spot, but first down, he was right there. And they're hurrying things up. 2 minutes left. Conover gets the snap, goes to his lone receiver near side, and that was Romney, and that's incomplete.
Pinnacle settling into cover 3 with zone underneath. They're just going to try to keep the ball in front of them and make make Chandler and Conover move the ball in stages down the field, and hopefully the clock runs out. That's their goal.
Conover takes the snap and instantly false start call.
Yeah, you can't have that, especially after a play where you have plenty of time to be set. Sometimes offenses start to get stressed and feel like they need to move faster than they actually do, and you can't have that.
Second down and 15. 1:53 left in this first half. Conover drops back. A lot of pressure. He's able to wiggle his way out of it, and he's going to try to pick up a couple of yards, and does. Late flag from the other side of the field.
I think that's a block in the back on Johnny Johnson. He came in and lit up a guy where I don't think that he was had the right angle to be able to do that. And, some of the players on Pinnacle were surprised that that flag came in a little bit late. And we'll see if that's the call.
Right now we're sitting at 1:43 left. And this could even be a chance to push Chandler back, and looks like they will move back. Yep. The Chandler faithful don't like that one, but
It's kind of a mixed bag there. If you're the coach, you like that your player wants to go out there and block, and he's playing aggressively, and that was a block that maybe could have actually mattered, but also you have to be disciplined and make sure that you're not getting the guy in the back. That's going to make it really hard now, and Chandler has to be careful because they could give up enough field position here for Pinnacle that they could put some more points on the board before the end of the half.
second down and 25 from their own 17. Conover drops back, has plenty of time, finds a wide open receiver. That's Johnson at the 38-yard line. Eventually gets taken down by Andrew DeVaught. So they make up most of that and then some. Third down and 5 now. 1:24 left. Conover gets the snap. Nobody open. He's running left, airs it out, has another wide open man, but not able to make the catch. Throw was a little bit off, but
Conover did a great job again of improvisation, and he gets a receiver breaking off his route behind the defense. And the ball was on the fingertips. It wasn't the easiest catch in the world, but it's something that you probably got to come down with. And Jarrett Caldwell wasn't able to. And if he had caught that ball, he might have been able to turn it upfield and even possibly score. That was a big play in this game.
There was a lot of green in front of him. Peterman will punt it off for the Wolves. Returning is Andrew DeVot.
Missed opportunity there.
Punt is off.
It's a shank.
And that goes out of bounds at about the Pinnacle 40. Duvall not even able to return that one, and that's one of the guys that...
Bad shank. That was about a 10-yard punt, Jordan.
So favorable field position here for Pinnacle. They're going to start out at their own 49-yard line. 1 minute and 9 seconds left, and they have 2 timeouts to work with. And what we've seen from Pinnacle, they can pick up chunks of yards very quickly.
Given what we've seen from their field goal unit, they have a great opportunity here to be able to get the ball in position to at least get a crack at 3 points here before the end of the half.
Rattler gets the snap, and he's going to air it out to a wide open man. Looked like there was some contact. There's the flag. Yeah, that Pinnacle receiver. No, that's okay. Pinnacle receiver split the 2 Chandler defenders, but drew some contact on the way over there, not able to make the catch.
That happened because he was just afraid that he was going to be beaten for a touchdown. So he just decided, hey, it's better to take a penalty here and not give up a touchdown before the end of the half.
That was Kendon Walker with that penalty. That is one of the luxuries that high school and college defensive backs have in the NFL. If that were to happen, it'd be spot of the foul. So Pinnacle now moves up. They're at the 34-yard line. 1:05 left. Man in motion. And snap goes over his head. Rattler's just going to fall on it.
Smart play. Again, like a lot of guys who are young and a little bit more exuberant, they try to pick that ball up and make something happen and maybe even make it worse or not be able to secure it. He just went and fell right on it.
So now 2nd and 29. Clock is rolling. They're within 40 seconds.
Very costly time for a bad snap there, given their situation.
Yeah, they were knocking on the door. Now at their own 48, 25 seconds left. Rattler completes it over to Parker Red. Red able to make a few moves, make a few tacklers miss. And gets tackled at the Chandler 44. Now 10 seconds left. Timeout is called.
They have one more timeout, it looks like. 10 seconds. Really only have time for either one big shot play, or maybe you can work something at the sideline, or maybe you take a shot over the middle of the field and then and think that you can call timeout to put yourself in position for a field goal opportunity. There's really 3 options that I think they have here.
We've seen what Pinnacle can do on special teams, so if they're able to get, at least in the zip code, they have a shot to put some points on the board, take the lead going into halftime.
I think they need about 12 or 13 yards to give themselves an opportunity at a long field goal opportunity here, Jordan. That wouldn't give them a first down, but they don't need a first down here to have a crack at 3 points.
10 seconds left. And looks like there's some confusion on the Pinnacle sideline. Of a player who was running off the field, now running back on. 5 wide. Rattler drops back, rolls out, 6 seconds left. And he's going to air it out for the end zone. Jump ball, and Pinnacle able to come down with it. And that's a touchdown.
Wow.
Pinnacle takes the lead entering halftime, 17-10. I believe that was Dalton Cash with the catch.
That guy's had a heck of a half, celebrating with everybody, chest bumps, hip bumps, everything getting bumped. I'm telling you, Spencer Rattler made that happen. He rolls out, they buy time for him. The Chandler defense was discombobulated there in the end zone, weren't really sure of their assignments. And the receiver just kind of slips up and grabs the ball in the end zone. It should not be able to happen that easily. And that was one of the three things that we mentioned as a possibility. They were either going to go for a big shot or try to get just enough for a field goal, and they get 6 points out of it.
And now looks like a direct snap, trying to go for two, and he gets stuffed at the line. No good.
So they really a one-on-two situation there. I'm not sure why they decided to do that based upon the formation. But halftime on a really positive note for Pinnacle and a dejected note for Chandler.
Yeah, they have to be riding quite a bit of momentum into half on the road at Chandler. Again, a team that they kicked the year off with last year and lost 56-10 in Spencer Rattler's first start as a quarterback. But here they are leading 16-10 as they head to half over Chandler. And we'll be right back.